the most important week that we have in December for BitMine. We will dive into the newest holdings, the newest NAV, the newest mNAV, all about this and much more here in this video.
Welcome to the game, I'm the wolf of Dubai.
Welcome to a brand new video, and if you don't know who I am, my name is Danny and I'm looking for stocks that can go up 10, 20, 30, 50x. Let me just adjust my camera properly. I invested into Tesla, Palantir, Nvidia, Robinhood, all of those very early. My subscribers bought houses or apartments in the US, so if you want to be part of this, then make sure to subscribe. It's all free content. And also don't forget to make sure to check out xtendaytrading.com. We started the week another banger with a positive trade on Robinhood yesterday, right? So last week we ended the week with 100% win rate in our trades, and we trade for you, all done for you. The buying, the selling, all is done for you. If this is interesting, check out xtendaytrading.com and schedule a call with me personally. We want to achieve between 8 to 15% growth per month in your portfolio. So it means that if you start with $10,000, you should be somewhere around like $58,000 after the first 12 months. So check it out. We're raising our joining fee at the end of this year. Now, it's the last couple of weeks and months in this year, and we actually have BitMine coming out with a huge banger. Okay, so if you are looking into the BitMine account, then you see that they came out yesterday with something that is absolutely impressive. Nothing less than that. Okay, so BitMine provides its latest holdings update for December 8th, 13.2 billion in crypto plus moonshots. So essentially they have here 3.8 million Ethereum. Then they have their usual 192 Bitcoin and the $36 million stake in ApeCo. They have a total cash now of $1 billion. What this all means, we will dive into a second. But if you scroll down, you see here that they increased the Ethereum buying by the last couple of days. Okay, like, BitMine's chairman Tom Lee said in one of his latest videos at Binance presentation, he said that they think that they had the bottom already. So they are increasing now the buying. So that's obviously very good, very great. I wish they would have bought more in the $2,600 Ethereum price range, but I think they are now accumulating more cash and deploying this cash more and more into the market. I think that is also very important that what happens on the 10th of December, because the Fed is deciding, hey, do we crash the market? Do we hype the market? If they cut the rates and everyone is a little bit released, then we should have like a huge rally as well into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, so with that said, you can see here that they are the second largest crypto treasury company in the world. And he said in the past week, Bitcoin acquired 138,000. That's a 156 increase compared to the previous week. There's still a multiple catalyst around. This Fusaka upgrade just was done. Then they have the Federal Reserve taking several steps in December, including QT and also expected rate cut, right? So that's obviously very bullish for BitMine. And also they said that they are essentially dropped the new chairman's message as well, right? So then they said that they have, they want to be the bridges between Wall Street and, the crypto world. And I think that this is one of the new narratives they push, right? So they really want to bring the newest technology in finance and the old Wall Street together and be like the middle ground. But we will talk about something like that in another video, because this is a very interesting topic of the future of Bitcoin, right? And beside that, it was also one of the most traded companies in the world, right? And then also the most, traded treasury. 92% now of all the volume that is being traded is between MicroStrategy and BitMine. So those are the big winners. Okay, so pretty good announcement. Let's dive into the finer detail of it. So as usual, we will dive into the presentation that I prepared for you guys. As you know, we started this presentation with a stock price of 250 by the end year. I think that is obviously not very realistic right now, because it happens that we had a very bad November. We had a crypto, downturn, or almost like a bear market, or even like by categories, like categorized, it is a bear market, right? So, and I think when things are changing, you need to adapt this outlook. Now, I'm not the person that says, hey, you know what? I don't think 250 cannot be reached anymore. I think that it will not reach by the end of the year. So I think that I need to change that by the end of the year, maybe too soon, okay? Because I think it's around the corner, and I will show you in this presentation why I think it's around the corner, okay? So let's again dive into the holdings. We discussed the holdings. So their current NAV is $13.1 billion according to my calculation. Now let's assume that they have now fully diluted shares of 420. That means that they have a NAV per share of 31.29, okay? That means that essentially what changed actually in the asset? $200 million cash increase, okay, from 800 million to a billion, which is already quite impressive, while still buying about like 433 million worth of Ethereum. Now, also remember, if they raise that 633 million by an average of $33 per share, that means that they had to rise about like 20 million shares, okay? So that's why we increased our calculation from 400 million shares to 420 million shares. Now, also, the previous NAV was just at 28.5. So that means that the current NAV is about like 10% increase. So the company is 10% more valuable, even when we had the increase in stock price, right? So that's quite impressive, right? So, and we are still at the mNAV of 1.12. So in the 1.1 section. So it's still very, very cheap, right? So that's the beauty about it, that BitMine can come out and dilute, but still increase the shareholder value by 10%, which is phenomenal, right? So, and I think that the mNAV can actually go still quite crazy. If we have like an end of year rally, we can go to mNAV, let's say 2 or 2.6. And that's also the basis of the calculation, because remember that Tom Lee has a target of 7,000 in January, okay? So you can see here in this red box the Tom Lee price target on the left between like $6,000 and $8,000 for Ethereum. And then if we take the mNAV of 2.6, that a huge increase in value in Ethereum would get BitMine to have, because the mNAV expands as faster as Ethereum price go up, then you can have a stock price between like 160 to 216, okay? So very close to the 250. So if that all aligns, then maybe we will see in the first half of the year 250 as the first time for BitMine, okay? So that would be something that I need to change in the presentation. I think that we could arrange that we could reach $250 per share by the first half of that year. And don't forget, I also put this in the last presentation. I love this slides where I shared it with you already. Remember what Ethereum can do in 1 month. It did it already in April, where it went from 1,471 to 2,680, an 82% increase. Okay, so that's very impressive. And with all what's going on, I think an impressive move like this can happen anytime. Okay, so let me know in the comments what you think. Do you like this presentation of mNAV, NAV, and the outlook and the potential numbers and so on? And let me know what you do with your BitMine. And I see you obviously on the next vlog. And don't forget to check out xtendaytrading.com. And I see you obviously tomorrow for a brand new vlog, because the grass is greener always on the other side.